Imagine you just bought a new home and this is your kitchen. They wanted to know how to upgrade their kitchen without the budget of a renovation. You could make this kitchen look completely different on a budget of less than $12,000. And just so you have a little frame of reference, the average kitchen renovation ranges from a low of $27,000 to upwards of $150,000. Here's the stair-step plan I gave them to renovate this kitchen on a budget. So the first key to renovating a kitchen on a budget is the layout. So if you start moving things around, plumbing and ovens and cabinets, that's when it starts getting significantly more expensive. So we did not do any of that. Here's the layout of the kitchen before. And the reason we didn't do any of that is because this is a really big kitchen. Is it the ideal layout? Maybe it's not, but it's not terrible. So here's the inspiration picture for this kitchen. They really wanted a kitchen with kind of this smoky steel blue cabinetry. She really hated the tile in the kitchen, and that is the one thing that they are updating in the house is the flooring on the first floor. So the tile was already factored into their budget to be replaced with engineered wood. But you could make this kitchen over without replacing the tile if you needed to do that. And so I did a mock-up of what it would look like with the tile flooring and what it looks like with the wood flooring that they're planning to put in. So part of what makes this kitchen look so unappealing is that it's pretty much everything in the room is the same color, blah, beige. There's no contrast in the kitchen. The floor, the cabinets, the countertops, everything is the same color. The first step in the ladder of changes was to paint the cabinets. And this is something that you can do yourself if you are a very detail-oriented painter. If you didn't want to do that, there are estimates for redoing your kitchen cabinets by the door or by the square foot. Those estimates depend a little bit on where you live, but it's anywhere from $50 to $100 per door, or somewhere between $10 and $25 per square foot. So we got 2 bids from painters and they came in around $5,000. So this is what the kitchen looked like when we took the cabinets from beige to blue. How do you choose the exact color of paint to paint your cabinets? I like to order lots of different samples from Samplize. They make samples of lots of different manufacturers' colors. They come in 8x10 sheets and you just stick them up in your kitchen. And what I love about this idea is you don't have to actually paint anything, but you can see all the different colors in the different lights that are in your kitchen, because what a blue looks like in my kitchen is going to be different from what a blue looks like in your kitchen, depending on where the windows are and the lighting. Order a bunch of samples on Samplize and put them up in your kitchen to see what color looks the best. So the next step to elevate the kitchen is to update the hardware. And this is an easy thing that you can definitely do yourself. All you need is a handheld drill. You need to measure the existing hardware, and it's very easy to install new knobs and pulls. We chose some warmer brass hardware to go with the new kitchen cabinet color. Another great affordable way to change the kitchen is to update the lighting. There wasn't a lot of space in this kitchen to put any kind of pendant except for over the island, and we did add a brass pendant light over the island. And finally, to tie the colors together in the room, we added 2 runners on either side of the kitchen, and that kind of just ties in the blue and the beige together. Is there more we could do? Yes, but we only had about 2 weeks to fit all of these changes in, and these are all changes that could be done within a few weeks. It only takes a couple of days to paint cabinets, and flooring is definitely something that can be done within a week. If this was your kitchen and you didn't like the cabinet doors, if the cabinets themselves, the boxes, are in good shape, but you just really hate the doors, you can buy just custom cabinet doors, which can often make your kitchen cabinets look newer. Now I wanted to answer a few frequently asked questions about budget-friendly kitchen renovations. And one of those is, how long does it take to paint your cabinets or have them painted? It will take at least 2 to 3 days to do either, to paint the cabinets yourself or to have them painted, because they have to do more than one coat and the cabinets have to dry between coats. And painting kitchen cabinets involves taking off all of the cabinet doors and the cabinet fronts. So if it's something you want to do yourself, I'm going to link to a few videos of creators who have good tutorials on doing that. If you're going to have someone else do it, you definitely want to make sure you get at least 2 quotes, in my opinion. Another question I get asked is, what if I start painting the cabinets and I mess up? And my answer to that is, that's the beauty of paint, is that you can always sand the cabinet back if it's a wood cabinet. You can always paint over it. Paint is an easy DIY project that if you don't like it, you can also just put a different color over the top. So painting is something that's hard to mess up too badly. The next is, how do I know if my kitchen layout needs to be updated? And when people are talking about the kitchen layout, they're usually talking about the triangle, which is the oven, the sink, and the refrigerator. In many cases, most kitchens are designed with this triangle in mind, but is it absolutely necessary that you must pull out all your cabinets if your triangle is not absolutely perfect? No, it really depends on your budget. Chances are people have used your kitchen layout the way it is for long periods of time. And so it's not like your kitchen is unusable in most cases. It's just that maybe it's not the ideal layout. You can still make your kitchen aesthetically pleasing and have a look and feel that you like, even if your kitchen layout is not completely perfect. So as long as you have a triangle of those 3 functioning pieces and you can get around your kitchen, then I would say you probably don't have to change the kitchen layout. That is a very costly process and time consuming. And however long they tell you it's going to take a lot longer than that. If you happen to have decent cabinet bases, a way that you can improve the accessibility of your cabinets is to add inserts to them. I showed in a previous video where IKEA has a whole host of inserts that you can install to make any cabinet into a drawer. You can get also pull downs that pull out of upper cabinets. And another company that makes a ton of this kind of product is Remodel. And you can really upgrade your cabinets. And these are not really expensive upgrades to make your cabinetry a lot more usable. So there you have it, a kitchen renovation on a really affordable budget. This exact plan came from one of my virtual design packages. If you're looking to renovate your kitchen on a budget, it is possible, and if you need some help, check out the link in the description.